Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to this Elite Dynamics presentation of our ElitePark solution, a solution that's been designed to satisfy the business processes of the holiday park industry. Just a couple of things before we start. I have put everyone onto mute to allow to have a fluid presentation, but if you do have any questions, we do have a Q&A session towards the end of the presentation. But you can also send your questions through the comments using the GoToMeeting feature. Okay. So we have an agenda, just moving through the PowerPoint slide. So I'll give it a welcome to everybody, an introduction to myself, a little bit of my background, and then I'll have a very, very brief overview of the business and the people who help put together our Elite solutions. Then I'll move into our overview of some of the customers and the pain points that they experienced prior to moving on to our platform solutions, and then a quick overview of how our solutions fit together before having a deep dive into the EliteParks functionality, which will be via a live demonstration of the software. We do have some add-on solutions as well that complement functionality that we present in ElitePark, so I'll have an overview of them. And then, as mentioned, there's a 10 to 15 minutes saved at the end for any Q&A. So myself, Jermaine Campbell, I'm the Commercial Director and founder, co-founder of Elite Dynamics, and the business started in 2015. Prior to that, I worked for one single company who provided Dynamics business, Microsoft Dynamics solutions, focused on many industries, but my focus was primarily the holiday park industry. So I've been working with the Microsoft Dynamics platform for 23 years, and been working within the holiday industry since 2002. And this is the second solution that I've developed or been involved in developing for this UK industry. With regards to the team, we are a team of project managers, consultants, developers, and support, with 100% focus of the holiday industry. Many of our consultants have actually worked for some of the key players in the industry, so they don't just have the technical knowledge, they also understand some of the challenges that you may be facing on a day-to-day basis, and help bring that requirement into our development cycle. And that allows us to develop a fit-for-purpose, robust solution for the holiday park industry. We currently have 3 solutions that interrelate to each other, and all our solutions are based on Microsoft Dynamics technology. So we have the flagship ElitePark solution, which is the one that I'm going to show you today. But overlaying that, we also have an Elite CRM solution, which allows for pre-configured and automated customer journeys, as well as marketing automation, customer service in terms of tickets and feedback. It handles the automation of surveys and their responses, and dynamic and static marketing communication, such as e-shots or mail shots and so on. We also have the Elite Finance solution, which again is built on the Microsoft Dynamics platform, and that provides for a very, very robust, functional back office finance platform to handle sales order processing, sales invoices, purchase orders, bank reconciliations, and trial balance, balance sheet, and profit and loss, etc. So the combination of all 3 solutions provides for a very, very functional business platform for any holiday park operator. But today we're going to focus on some of the functionality that's available within the ElitePark solution. Our ElitePark solution is accredited by Microsoft. We are the only provider of IT applications or park management software solutions in the UK that has this coveted accreditation. Fair to say that I'm very proud that we did achieve that accreditation, but hopefully that'll give you some comfort that the solution that we're discussing has been tested vigorously by Microsoft in terms of the technical architecture. Our business has been put through its paces as well in terms of our ability to support, and we've got sufficient customer references for Microsoft to be comfortable that we're a business that can support a platform with targeted at this industry. With regards to some of our customers, we've got some household names in there. I think the key thing to know is that the software solution can satisfy the requirements of a single park operator up to a multi-park operator with multiple revenue streams. I think our largest park operator's got 70 parks and our smallest one has just got the one. It provides functionality that manages both holiday home sales, holiday sales, and some add-on revenue streams such as memberships, activities, and events. So moving on to focus on the EliteParks. The solution is built upon ElitePark Finance, which is we get from Microsoft, and that handles the back office, sales ledger, purchase ledger, inventory, fixed assets, cash management. We then overlay that with a notion of segments and contacts. So these are the individuals that you would sell to. This, based on your marketing activity, will generate a lead. That lead could be either for a unit sale, which is a holiday home sale, and we go through the process of an appointment. We can then stack a deal. We send that deal through to authorization. And once it's authorized, we then complete the deal and we generate the sales paperwork. The thing to note that any financial transactions that are generated from the operational or sales side of the business are automatically presented within the ElitePark site, EliteParks Finance module, which means that the data doesn't have to be extracted into Excel and then plugged into a third-party finance solution. Similarly, we can handle leads for bookings. That could be a brochure request. The lead might come in via the phone or the web. Then we can check availability, we can price the holiday, and then we can confirm the booking, and again, make the sale, and again, the transactions are automatically posted into the financial ledgers. Once we have a sale, whether that be a holiday home sale or holiday sale, that then creates occupancy. When you have an owner in the holiday home sale environment that we can then manage in terms of a part exchange, a buyback. They might want to do subletting, they might do a private sale. We can handle all those transactions within EliteParks, and again, the financial transactions are automatically created. As for a booking, we can print off arrivals lists, we can print off departure lists. We've got an events module. We can have a memberships module as well, which allows people to have leisure memberships that you can invoice periodically. We manage departures and the recognition of income. So once a holiday is departed, we can move the value of that booking from the balance sheet into the P&L. If it's on sublet, we can also put it onto the customer's account based upon its configuration. That once we have occupancy, that then drives demand. There needs to be safety checks, need to readings. There's a housekeeping module that allows your housekeepers to be mobilized, utilizing a tablet device. Again, with maintenance, the maintenance teams can be mobilized with a tablet device as well. And again, any financial transactions that come out of this operational piece are automatically presented in the ElitePark Finance module. Sitting across the top of the total solution, we have a number of analysis and reporting suites, ranging from paper-based reports to Excel-based reports to fully functional slice and dice graphs and bar charts using business intelligence. So the choice of reporting suite is entirely up to you. So I think I'd like to just delve straight into the software and show you guys some of the key functional areas of the ElitePark solution. I've set aside 40 minutes or so for the presentation. I think if to do a full presentation, you're probably talking about 4 or 5 hours. So it's just a quick whistle-stop tour of some of the key functional areas, hopefully to give you guys sufficient information at this stage of the functional coverage of the solution. So if I just move across into EliteParks. So we access EliteParks via the web. So that could be a HTTPS connection on a hosted environment, or it could be on one of your actual servers. Okay. So when I initially log in, I've logged in as a sales manager, and you log into what we call a role center. So effectively, it presents to you the activities that you need to do today or upcoming activities. So I can see that I've got a number of open leads, I've got 1 appointment arranged, I'm working on 109 deals. 2 of those are pending authorization, and I'm working on 5 private sales. So that's the role center. So I'll just quickly go through the process of a lead coming in and take that through to appointment and through to stacking a deal. So if I go into sales leads, so this could be a walk-in, it could be a telephone lead. We do have an API that interfaces to your website, so that a lead can come in directly from the website as well. So I'll just create a new lead. Mr. James Jones. So we can integrate to postcode lookup software as well. So just to make the data entry nice and smooth. Okay, so say 14 Church Street. Phone number. And the email. Okay. So anything that's highlighted with a star is basically saying to manage your field. So I'll make sure that we fill these in. Okay, so looking at lead source, so that allows us to do some analysis on how efficient our lead sources have been, and I can put in an estimated budgetary amount. Okay, and the preferred unit type and preferred park, say looking for a lodge. So as part of my discovery, I can add some comments against this particular lead, so that at any point in time in the future, I've got all the information there. I can gather additional information. So if I go up to the contact here and look at the profile, so these profiles are definable by yourself. So you can put in any queries or any criteria you want, and you can respond as part of the discovery, speaking to Mr. Jones, looking at budgetary information, whether it require finance or anything like that. And then hit close, and then that profile is then saved against that lead and against that individual, so that you can use that for marketing or segmentation purposes later on. Equally, additionally, we also have the ability to profile the individual, in terms of contact preferences, how they'd like to be communicated based on what you're selling. So I'm going to say, for example, that they're happy to be emailed and phoned about holiday homes. And the reason I've updated that contact preference is because we've had a verbal conversation. That will then register against the contact log, so that at any point in time in the future you can see that history. So that lead's been put on the system, and there's many things that you can do. They could arrange a callback, in which case you create a callback to call James Jones in 2 days' time, or he could terminate the call and say, no, don't contact me again, thank you very much for the information. But for the sake of this presentation, we're going to move this straight into an appointment. Okay, so we'll create an appointment, and I'll create an appointment just for tomorrow. 10 o'clock. Okay, and that appointment is created, and the system will automatically write into the comment line that appointment's been created for 10 o'clock tomorrow. If I just come back to my role center after that appointment's been created, I'll be able to see that I now have 2 arranged appointments. So as mentioned before, the role center provides you with a quick dashboard of the activities that you should perform. So if I come into the office and drill into my appointments, I can see that I've got an appointment here. I want for James Jones. I can go into that appointment here, and then I can process or disposition that appointment. So currently, it's at a status unconfirmed here, and then I can, in the appointment, can either do a reappoint, for example, in case they call up and say, no, can I change the date? Or I can just go straight into create a deal. So this process is where we move from the lead management process into the deal management process. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to stack a deal for James Jones because he decided to buy. My internet's just decided to go very slow. There we go. It copies the information from the lead and the appointment into here so that I don't have to enter data twice, and I can just work through the process of stacking this deal. Now you can either stack the deal as part of the sales process, or you can stack the deal once it's sold and then you just register the deal on the system, but the process is exactly the same. It just depends on how your park operation is set up. So I'll start the deal, I can report it today, and then I just work my way through each of these slides. So here, if it was a part exchange, I'll enter the part exchange details into here. For simplicity, this isn't a part exchange. And then it's asking me here, what unit are you selling as part of this deal? I'll just open up the list of available units, and I'll just restrict the list that I want to see to a single park. Okay. And then click OK to that. Internet's running very, very slow this morning. Okay. It's now returned a list of units that are available to be sold. Anything highlighted in red is an indicator that the unit is sat on another deal that's pending authorization. So I'll find myself a particular unit. Let me see if I can find one with a decent standing value. I've just had a comment that people have problems hearing me. Just bear with me. I'm not sure why. Just carry on. Seems to have a couple of technical issues. Okay. So I found the unit with a decent standing value. This one here. And I'll select this unit as the unit that I want to sell within this deal. And click OK. It then brings the unit through to the actual deal and gives me the opportunity to continue stacking it by giving it price that I want to sell the unit at. Okay, and then I can select a plot that I want to incorporate into this contract. Okay, so these are all the plots that are available. I'll select this one. Okay. That brings the plot through. And it also brings the site tree band. And then I can start to work out any additional extras. As you can see over here, it's automatically inserted some extras into the deal as margin funded extras, but I can add any extras into the deal manually. How much deposit they're going to pay today. There's no part exchange allowance, and the customer is going to pay the remaining value. Okay. If there's any shortfall in how much the customer is to pay, the system will recognise that they need to pay the rest of the amount on finance. And I'm saying we're going to complete the deal on the 30th of 6th. And that it needs to be paid by the 30th of 6th. Okay. Working our way through, you'll see here, we'll now have a back sheet which identifies the profit that's been made on the deal. So selling price of the unit, less the cost price of the unit, gives you the cost of extras, and it's automatically calculated the VAT. Okay. I realise I'm not making enough margin on the deal, so I'm just going to up the selling price a little bit more. With that, and now the margin in the deal looks a bit better. Okay. I have the ability to upload documents into the deal. So these could be site licenses, it could be a definition of a holiday home, and things like that. And I can also print off the deal agreement directly from the deal. So I'm extremely slow this morning, which I'm not sure why. So if I can email or print the agreement, so I'll print the agreement to screen so you can see what the layout of the agreement would look like, but it basically will be the person, the plot, the unit, any extras that are incorporated into the deal, any site fees that need to be paid. So I'll just preview this to screen so that you can see what it looks like rather than print it. Okay. So this is an example of what a deal agreement would look like. As you can see, you've got the unit that's being purchased, the model manufacturer, how much the extras are. These ones are margin funded extras, so they're zero, so they're just written back as the cost of the deal and how much they're paying. And then you can get the customer to sign it and then upload that into the deal. So that's just a very, very quick overview of the functionality of the lead appointment deal process within EliteParks. There are obviously additional functional elements within the deal stacker, but at this stage I'm just trying to give you a flavour of what is possible. Once a deal has been processed, that will create a sales invoice automatically that's posted to the ledgers, and it will also automatically create an owner. So what I will do now is I'll just quickly move into an owner screen so you can see what an owner would look like. And again, if I come back to the role center, I have the ability to navigate to my owners. So here is a quick access to my owners list, and this will show me all owners, whether it's owners on this park or owners across all the parks. You can configure and set up each individual user to be restricted to only see owners on their park. So let me pick up this owner here. I can search by plot number, I can search by name, I can search by telephone number, email address, or any value against the owner. I have the ability to search. So I'll just go into this owner record. With here, I can see what their insurance is. I can look at what unit they've currently got and where that unit is located on the park. Okay, which is in here. I can navigate to all elements regarding this owner, so I can look at all the maintenance jobs that they've previously logged and see what status they're at. I can take payments directly from this screen as well, which I'll do very quickly. So, okay, I can look at all their transactional history in terms of what they bought at reception. So if I wanted to see, for example, how many gas bottles this individual has purchased over a period of time, I can drill down into the transactional history. And then I can just see here, and then I can filter on gas bottles. So I can see over a point in time, these are the gas bottles that have been purchased by this owner, and these are the dates that they were purchased. Okay. So as part of the owner management module, we have the ability to do periodic invoicing, whether that be meter reading invoicing, site fee invoicing, rates invoicing. So I'll just quickly show you one of the invoicing processes for site fees. So if I do a search, and this is a quick search, it searches the whole system for site fee invoicing. And then I can pass some parameters into it. So I'm doing the 2020 season. My invoice is going to be the 30th of June. Payment terms 14 days. I can change that to 30 days if need be. I'm going to run a site fee invoice just for one park and just for a number of range of plots who have the same site fee band. If I click OK to that, I then get presented with the option of either generating the invoices or creating a pre-bill report. The benefit of the pre-bill report is it actually shows you what it's going to invoice before you actually do invoice it. So if I just run the pre-bill, and open that up, it shows me these number of invoices. So Mr. and Mrs. Forrester, who's got this current deal on this plot, this part, is going to invoice this site fee amount with this narrative. The site fee processing routine also picks up any discounts that you've allocated or any special terms that you've got on a particular deal. So this one, for example, this Mr. Stephen Richardson has a discount of £750 for against their site fee, and that will automatically be applied. So it's quite dynamic in the way that the site fee processes work. It means that as an end user, you don't have to keep a separate Excel spreadsheet of who's got a special discount or special deal. Okay. So what I would do next, after I've run the pre-bill, I'd run the site fee routine again. Okay. But this time when I run it, I'll actually create and generate the invoicing. Okay. It tells me that it's created 7 invoices. And now if I just move into the sales invoices section, which highlights the benefit of the integrated finance module. So I'll just search for sales invoicing. Yeah. Okay, and I just sort it by number. So the loose ones are at the top. I can see that these ones dated 30th of June are the sales invoices that I just created, and then I can just post those sales invoices onto the ledger and send them out electronically via email directly into the customer's inbox. So very, very simple periodic invoicing processes, like I mentioned before, for site fees, for rates, for utilities, is all an incumbent functionality within the ElitePark system. Okay. Another key functional area of EliteParks is the reservation management or the bookings platform. So what I will do is I will log into the solution as a booking operative. So whether that's my day-to-day job or whether I'm part of a team within a call center, we have role centers that make it easier for you to process your day-to-day activity. So I'll log in as a booking manager. So the system's just logging me out of the profile I was in and logging me back in as a booking manager, and I was presented with a slightly different screen. If I go back to my role center, I can see now that as a booking manager, I now have different tiles on my role center. So this is how many booking calls I've got today, how many bookings I've made today, how many made this week, and how many I've made this month. We've also got some dynamic reporting and graphs about occupancy and arrival dates, which is just refreshing here. But as you can see, the role center is tailored towards a typical booking operative. Okay. So these are the graphs. So I can see my affiliate performance, so how many bookings are coming in from the web, how many coming in directly, how many from Airbnb, and this is my booking trend over the months. It's just giving me some very, very easy to see analysis on my performance. So in terms of making a booking, we try to make it very, very simple. We have the booking availability. So this will open up booking availability. So am I searching for a holiday home, or am I searching for tenant touring? So I'll just keep it holiday home. What park or parks am I searching for? When would you like to arrive? So we do, let's have a look, we do 17th, number 9th, 7, for 2 adults, 1 child, and 1 infant. Then we do search, and the system will go away, search what's available, and then return that availability. I picked the wrong park, I do apologise. So I've got no availability on that park, so I'll choose another park. You can see here, it's now returned. In terms of bronze 2s, I've got 1 of those available. In terms of gold 2s, I've got 2 available. And you can see that the system has automatically identified that currently we're running a special offer. And it gives me some element of how occupied each grade is as well, so I can make an informed choice. When it comes to making the booking, we do have some additional functionality in that we can see the 2 units that are of type gold. We can see those 2 units on a map. Which will allow me to do some upsell, or at least provide the person who's booking some information about where it's located. Is it near the recreational centre? Is it near the beach? Is it near the main road? And if I hover over here and click on it, I can book directly from the map. Okay, you just give me a little summary of what I'm trying to do. So you can see here, it's automatically applied the post-COVID discount to this booking. With regards to special offers such as discounts, it does handle dynamic pricing, so we can set parameters for when occupancy levels hit 75% or 80%, then to automatically increase the price by 5% or £100 onto the price, and that's going to be all configured and set up in readiness for when those variables hit. So in terms of making the booking, I can pick a contact. I can search on postcode, I can search on surname. I'll just pick the first contact in the list, or I can just simply type one in. I'll just give him a salutation code here, and then I will give it a trigger lead source. So what made you call us today? And that allows you to do some lead source analysis, and I'll put a phone number in as well. Okay, I have the ability to add extras to this booking. Booking extras. Gives me a list of my extras that are available for this type of unit, and then I can add an additional chair, and I'll have a midweek clean as well, which I'll show you how that comes into the housekeeping. Close, and then once that booking's made and happy, I can then take a payment. Okay. So in terms of taking a payment, the full value of the booking is brought through. There's a parameter in set up that basically, if it's within 42 days of the booking of arrival, then you need to take full payment, else you're allowed to take a deposit. And I'll just hit receive, and then I'll take payment via a credit card. Could be cash, but in this scenario, we'll do credit card, and I'll take the full payment. Then I'll click OK. So it's asking for my credit card details here. I'll just put and then click OK. That will then go off to SagePay, WorldPay, Moneris, or any merchant services that you have, and we'll get a confirmation back that that payment's been successful or unsuccessful, as the case may be. There we go, payment's been processed, and that payment's gone through. In terms of what happens next, you then have the ability to print a payment receipt. So this is not the booking confirmation, this is just a payment receipt. So if the customer requests a copy of the receipt, you can email it to them, or you can print it to them for them if they're in front of you. And you have the ability within the platform to reprint a payment at any point in time, in case they lose it or they never receive it. But I'll just quickly show you what a payment receipt would look like for a booking. Okay, so here it's got the booking, it's got the extras, and the customer will receive that. We'll replace that logo with your logo to make it personalized for you and your operation. It brings it back to the booking, and then I can send out a booking confirmation, or we can automate the booking confirmation. If you implement the EliteParks and Elite CRM platform, the booking confirmations will be sent out via Elite CRM, and that will also send out your customer journeys of your 12-week reminders or your 8-week reminders and so on. So I'll just confirm this booking very quickly, and then that booking is confirmed. So that's the simplest way to make a booking. But we also have the standard grid or the standard matrix that allows you to either make a booking or manipulate a booking, and I'll just try and quickly show you that functionality as well. Okay, so from the menu, I can go into a booking matrix. Okay, and you can see here, there's a standard grid. Unfortunately, I can't tell you off the cuff what the colours mean. Some of them mean they've been hard allocated, some of them mean the inquiry stage or confirm stage, but unfortunately, I can't remember what that each colour represents. But I can make a booking directly from here, or I can use this to manipulate the booking. So if somebody phones up, for example, and wants to move to a different unit or a different grade, I can just pick the booking up, move it down to a different grade. The system will ask me, do I want to upgrade from left to right? So I'll move them from a gold into a gold 2 into a gold 3, from unit to unit. If I click OK to that booking will be updated. Okay, here we go, and it's moved. If there are any additional price differences in that upgrade, it will ask me if I want to retain the price or if I want to recalculate it, and then we go through the payment process as well. We can move bookings from left to right. It's not just up and down, so we can move them to a different day if that's what we want to do. We do have an element of reporting and occupancy levels in here. So if I go into export to Excel, it gives me my booking matrix into Excel. 12, 20. I want a little bit of simple statistics in there. So if I click OK to this will export the matrix into Excel, but also provide me with some forward occupancy information that will then allow me to make decisions on whether I should be running any special offers or whether I need to do anything to generate more occupancy. Let's see where this Excel is. Here we go. So, and again, this is the benefit of the solution is it's going from one Microsoft platform to another platform. So the integration is seamless. So if I just click in here and then just do It's not a freeze pane. Yeah. And I can see on this particular day, I'm currently operating at 9.1% occupied. And as I move across and moving towards the end of June, I'm actually 0% occupied because I've got no bookings at all. And then what this would allow me to do is then give me the information to go and put on a special offer. That could be 10% discount. It could be £100 discount off the third night. The ability to make your offers flexible is entirely up to you. But I just wanted to show you the functionality of exporting to Excel with some occupancy rates to facilitate decision making. So that's just a quick, again, everything's very, very quick. I do apologize, it's just a lot to fit in. But that's just a quick overview of the reservation management or booking management platform. We do have a housekeeping menu, so a housekeeping module. So for housekeeping, what I will do is I will log in as a housekeeper. So say, for example, I don't know how your park or your operation is set up, but if you have a housekeeping manager and a number of housekeepers, they can both log into the same role center, but I think each of them could potentially use a different platform. So I'll just talk you through that quickly. So I'll log in as a housekeeping manager, and effectively the way the system's been set up is that every booking that's put on the system, it will automatically create a clean, and an arrival clean and a departure clean. You do have the option to create midweek cleans manually if you need to, but again, with the role center, it's identifying the things, the activities that I need to do today and need to do this week. As a housekeeping manager, I behave similar to the booking matrix, insofar as I can see what cleans, which ones are arrivals, which ones are departures. The red ones are highlighted in red because they're overdue, because they should have been done yesterday. I can filter on a resource, so you can either set your resources up to be groups or individuals, and then you can say, just show me the clean housekeeping demand for that particular resource. So very quickly, if I needed to move a clean around to try to optimize the work, I can, just similar to the bookings one, drag and drop that clean, or I can go into the clean and manage the clean through to its natural conclusion. So when you log in, you're presented with a tick sheet, and this is totally configurable by you. So this is my departure clean, and these are the things that I need to do. What I will quickly do is I will simulate what this platform would look like on a tablet. So the vision that we have for the housekeeping module is that we will mobilize your workforce. So as a housekeeper, when I log in and drill into the activities that I've got to do, I can see this is my tick sheet on a tablet. So as I work my way through the accommodation and I'm flagging things on the tick sheet as done, once my machine decides, put that into edit mode, I think, yeah, flag these as being done. So yeah, lights are all working. And again, like I said, this is all configurable by yourself. I get down to the TV and I find that the TV's got a problem. Okay. And then what I can do here, rather than tick done, I can actually create a maintenance job directly from here. Okay. And I can allocate it the right maintenance type. And I do have the ability to load a picture up either into the maintenance job, or I can load the picture up directly into the housekeeping module, the housekeeping job itself, and then I just carry on. And then the maintenance manager, the maintenance team will pick up the maintenance job. So I'll just come back to my normal PC or laptop here. So I'm not using a tablet client, and you'll see that the system is the same. It's running. And then what I will do is I'll show you what it looks like for the maintenance manager. So that housekeeping job, we can work our way through those and tick those off, departures and arrivals, etc. But as a maintenance man, I'll have my own role center. Change into the maintenance role center here. Okay. So as a maintenance manager, I can see all the activities, whether it's high priority, low priority, things that are overdue. And again, this is operated or can be operated on a tablet. And so your engineers or your ground staff can go around and get onto with their day-to-day without having to keep coming back into the office or reception to pick up the next maintenance job. So we've extended the maintenance module to allow you to create maintenance jobs singularly or multiple ones. So if I, for example, wanted to create a multiple drain downs for a number of units, whether they're higher fleet or customer units, medium priority, 45 staff. And what I can do here is I can pick the units that I want to create the multiple drain downs for, and then the system will go away and create 5 or 6 jobs or 10 jobs, depending on how many units I do select. So if I just do here, so I'll take that one. All right. Oops. Select more. So this allows me to create multiple. So I'll take that one, that one. I'll just select that. And click OK, and that should go and bring through 2 units. Now you can do this for plots as well, so it could be things that you do around the park as opposed to things that you do for specific units. And then click OK, and then that will go and create 2 jobs, which you can then manage through to either invoicing the manufacturer, invoicing the owner, or not invoicing anybody at all. So again, just some general quick functionality based on the maintenance side of things. Also within the park management, we have the ability to read utility meters. These could be gas, electric, water. We have a process whereby we can auto-populate. I do populate journal. Apply a filter here for electric. And I'll just do it just for a few plots. So plot 1 through to plot 10. And I'll read this today. And this will go away and then pull back the meters. And then I can insert the values here. And again, this is accessible via a tablet. So you really can mobilize your workforce. You also have the option, if you wanted to export it to Excel and then give it to guys on park, and they can fill them in for you, and then you can import it back in. So the options that you've got available to be able to manage this are quite far-reaching. So you'll fill them in, and then you'd hit post, and then that will go away and register the meter reading, which you can then invoice at a later date. Okay. So the final bit of presentation for today is the cash management side of things. So all the transactions that you take through on a daily basis, whether it be a customer coming in to pay an invoice, which I'll quickly show you. If I go to point of sale, here, and the customer will come in. I'll pick up the customer using, I can search on plot number, I can search on name. I'll just take this one here. Okay. And trying to allocate it to a particular invoice, or they can do a payment on account. And then we go through the same similar process that we went through before with the payment of the booking. Is that instead of doing it on credit card, we're going to pay by cash. And it's going to pay. Okay. And that payment will go through, and then I get the option to print or email a receipt as previously. But then at the end of the day, there's a process by which the person on park basically shuts down the tills and does a reconciliation and says, well, the system's saying I should have this amount of cash, and I do have that amount of cash. make it nice and simple for myself that the numbers do match. Sorry, in 3893.73, and then this one in terms of credit card 4843.73. I put on a payment slip for the cash, and then I can hit post. And hitting post will actually commit these values into the financial ledger. So your bank account will be updated, and if there's any payment against any invoices, the invoice payment will be allocated to the invoices, and so on. I think that ends the live demonstrations today. I'm just mindful of time, and I do want to give you guys the opportunity to ask some questions. So I'll just go back to my PowerPoint slide. And just mention that we do have some extensions to the solution. It's so far that we've got whole season shared availability. We integrate to Michael Paul Holidays as well and PitchUp. We do have live APIs for online bookings, and we do have an online booking platform. But if you wanted to interface it to your current website, we can do. And we have an owners app which is downloadable from the App Store for your owners to be able to log into and make payments online. They can register maintenance jobs, they can reprint invoices, and additional functionality. So this is just some high-level business benefits of the solution. So it is a single integrated platform to tie all your business processes together. It is a platform that's built on Microsoft technology and endorsed by Microsoft. As mentioned just a short while ago, we do have APIs to connect bookings and owners directly, or connect third-party OTAs such as Whole Seasons, or Michael Paul Holidays, or PitchUp.com. There are other functional areas that you can benefit from on the finance side of things in particular, such as electronic document management for capturing purchase invoices. And we do have an integrated CRM platform that will support the configuration of the automated customer journey. Elite Dynamics focuses all our efforts into the holiday home industry. That's our core. Its sole purpose is to build platforms based on Microsoft Dynamics for this industry. So I'll just open up for Q&A. I'll take everybody off mute if I know how to do this. I will try. Bear with me. If anybody's got any questions, then please do fire away. I'm just trying to unmute everybody. Okay, so everybody's unmuted. Does anybody have any questions at all? No? Okay, got one coming in on the chat. The question, thank you very much, Julie, for your question. What level of support does your team provide? Okay, so I'm responsible for sales as a commercial director. We have a project team which consists of a project manager, a lead consultant, and a developer. The lead consultant may have a secondary consultant depending on how complex the implementation is, and the lead developer may have a secondary developer as well. Following the successful implementation of the project, you will then hand it over to Nicola, who's responsible for managing the customer service department, to which you will have the ability to log support calls either via email or via the phone. We are just in the process of implementing a customer portal that allows you to log calls via the portal. All our solution is documented in terms of training material, and we're actually in process of finalizing training videos as well, so that if you have any new starters as you're utilizing the software, whether it's 2 years or 3 years down the line, there are resources available to you to be able to train them without having to come back to us and allowing and making us train them for you. So hopefully, Julie, that answers your question. But if not, please drop me an email. I will make sure that the last slide has my contact details on it. Does anybody else have any other questions? Question coming in: how long does it take to implement? Depending upon the complexity of your business, funnily enough, it's not necessarily the number of parks. It's more to do with the different types of revenue streams. We would naturally say anywhere between 3 and 6 months. If you've got 2 parks and do bookings and holiday home sales, you're probably looking at about 3 months. But if you've got events and do weddings and conferencing, or you've got a leisure facility, you're probably looking towards the 4 to 5 month scenario. We do have a templated deployment mechanism that we do tweak and improve as we do go along. But we make sure that the most important thing is that you guys feel comfortable for when you are ready to go live. We don't have any compelling reasons to take you live. There's no force or of nature from our. We go live when you guys feel that you're ready. So thank you very much for that question. So the question came in, it looks like every member of the park team can use their own dedicated part of the software. If a park has any suggestions of other modules that could be added to benefit them, is this something you can look at? Effectively, the software solution has been designed by park operators. I think I mentioned from the outset of the webinar, a lot of the team that currently work specifically on the consultant side are park operators, so whether they've worked in the finance department or they've worked on reception or they've worked in ground. So our modules, our future modules, are actually driven from customer demand. The memberships module came from one of our customers. The events module for weddings came from one of our customers. So I don't think the solution will ever be finished. Now, that's not to say it's not functional, it is, but we're always challenging ourselves and we're always engaging with our existing customers in the market. What can we do better? The housekeeping module, for example, that was, what, 4 weeks old. It came from a requirement from a customer, so we want to improve on housekeeping, and we've actually got some ideas on how we can keep improving it. So it's really you guys at the forefront who tell us what you want the software to do, and we go away and make it happen, and then allow you guys to operate it. Question, are all aspects of the system suitable for multi-parks, especially reports function? Yes. The solution can scale, as mentioned before, from 1 park to 50 parks. It doesn't change. We don't charge per park or per plot. That's not the pricing point. If you don't want to use a certain aspect of the solution, you just don't use it. We don't sell parts of it. It's one price. You get everything. And the reason for that is we want every operator, no matter how big or small, to have the opportunity to grow into the solution without fear that the solution might not be fit for them. So we've got park operators who don't use the booking platform because they don't do bookings, and vice versa. We've got park operators who only do bookings and don't do the owner's platform. But this industry, I think we've learned over the last, for me personally, over the last 17 years, that this industry is dynamic, and you might buy a park or acquire a park that already has owners, and if you are in acquisition mode, then you've got comfort that the platform will support all revenue streams. I've got somebody asking, I've got a few more questions, but she wants to have a call later, which is perfectly fine. Guys, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for giving me the opportunity to present EliteParks to you. This is one of many presentations that we are going to do. I think we've got one scheduled for Wednesday, an Elite CRM, and then I'm going to work with our marketing department to break EliteParks down to have a deep dive in each module. So rather than just be an overview of each module, we'll have a session for owners, we'll have a full-on session for bookings, and I really, really would appreciate it if you guys can find the time to join. If you're unable to join, we are going to publish these videos on our YouTube channel and probably put them on the website. So if no one's got any other questions, again, thank you very much for taking time out to join today, and please stay safe in these trying times. It's tough out there, and I think we will get through it together, but the most important thing is to stay safe and healthy. If you do want to make contact with me, here's my contact details. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get this presentation and video on the website, but email me at jcampbell@elitedynamics.co.uk, and I'd love to engage with you. So take care, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.